Now, step 2 of the cleanup phase. I'll point this down a little bit more. I want to clean up this cylinder block, the head surface where the head bolts onto, and these right here, your intake and exhaust. There's got to be a better way than this. Very nice. So, anyways, I've got 220 grit on this, and it's an orbital sander, and there's really no way that I'm going to actually cut into it so much to where I make it uneven. Boo, whatever. Plus the gasket on this thing is like 1/8 of an inch thick. It's huge. So I'm not worried about an uneven surface. Come on, you know, this isn't a race engine. But alright, that did it nicely. Really all I was looking for, again, was just cleaning it up real nice so that my gaskets will make good contact, have good fresh metal to make contact with. And we, you know, because these things are kind of known to have had gasket problems and things like that, you know. So it should seal up nicely. Alright. As a matter of fact, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab the head and do it to that as well. Here we go, the actual cylinder head. Woo. Oh, the light's an issue. Alright, that worked out nicely. Just remember, if you're doing something like this, don't use you know, anything less than 220 for sure. Maybe you might want to go to 320 or something grit on your sandpaper, and then keep your sander flat as possible, and don't expect too much. Don't get it perfect, because if you go getting it perfect, that means you're cutting away a lot of material, and then you might actually have a problem with your head being warped or unusable. So take it easy on it. Now, next up, I'm going to go ahead and hone my cylinder. Alright, I'm all set up. Got this crazy contraption here. This is a cylinder hone hooked onto a drill. And now this isn't the best setup to use. Best, of course, is always going to be at a machine shop where they've got a proper milling machine and stuff like that. But, you know, these work in a pinch, and you just make sure you want to keep your drill as vertical as possible, as level and plumb as possible, going in and out of the cylinder. And you want to keep that cylinder nice and wet. Now, what I have here is what you ultimately really probably want to have, and this is cutting oil. Like whenever you're drilling or something like that, this is really going to help out and will just help to cut nice, a nice smooth cylinder wall. But if you don't have that, just use oil or something and keep it oiled up, and boom, boom, you know, go for it until you get really nice, clean hash marks all over the cylinder. Alright, here we go. Whoop, don't come too far in or out or it'll do that. Alright, alright, alright. Wipe out all that old oil, because that old oil is going to have like little bits and gritty metal in it probably. So you want it all out of there. And while it's not perfect, it's perfectly fine. I'm even using the old rings, you know. Feels nice. Oh, doesn't that look nice and cleaned up? You can see the hash marks and stuff, but you can also tell that it's not a newly milled out cylinder, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be good. The rings will seat to it nicely, I feel. And we got nice cleaned up exhaust. Got a really nice imported out intake. The intake gasket area is nice and clean of all debris, leftover gasket. I cleaned up the threads a little bit here, you know, and then the cylinder block is nice and clean, and we are ready to start putting this baby back together. It's kind of weird. The last time I worked on an engine like this and poured it and polished it and stuff was actually a racing four-wheeler engine. I used to race desert racing. I did some ice racing and of course some motocross and on four-wheelers. I was never any good, just a local level guy, so don't get me wrong on that, but I go from building high performance truly high performance race engines to cast iron Briggs and Stratton garden tractor engines. It's weird how we change as we get older. I still enjoy it.